Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick Nav Link Proxy tutorial. I don't have any notes, so bear with me. I'm going to try not to ramble and make this as fast as possible. First thing is first, this is going to require you to change your navigation mesh. So sorry if you already kind of like had it set up. This is going to, I wouldn't say ruin it, but you're going to have to do a lot of tapering. So under your project settings, go down to your navigation system. Under supported agents, add one and just name it whatever you like. I don't know why I just named it zombie, whatever. You will have to change the nav agent radius to 15. It's probably going to be 35. This makes it a little bit tighter against all the walls and everything. Other than that, here, do can walk. You could probably do can jump too. Yeah, do can walk, can jump. I'll actually, for the sake of the tutorial, do can walk because I know it works. You can fiddle with can jump later, but, and then I think that's good here. Nav agent step height, just copy everything here exactly the same. None of this should have been changed though. So once you have that set, I don't think there's anything under mesh that I changed. No, we're good there. So it is going to make everything a little bit closer, tighter in some spots, which will be an issue depending on how complex your map is. Like it wanted to be underneath of this, so the zombies think that they can walk through this and they can't. And then under your search here, nav mesh, and the outliner, come down to your recast nav mesh and turn on visible. And then change any of this, draw nav links, yeah, draw offset, it's all the same. The most important thing here is under recast, just make sure this is also at 15. Make sure your tile size is UU. This is gonna put a little bit, or not UU, your tile size UU is at 975. It will put a little bit more strain on performance, especially when you're looking at it, because there's, I think I changed this. Oh, I'm sorry. Cell size is 15. It's usually 19. So I'm adding more cells here. And I took down the max simplification error to 0.2. I'm not going to change this back to 1.3 because it's going to ruin these edges that I have. But these are what are going to help you. These little points get your Nav Link proxies working. And yeah, cell size 15, cell height 1, agent radius 15, agent height 144, and then your max step height, this is what's going to really ruin everything. Change your max step height to 180. That means that your zombies think that they can walk over stuff that they can't unless they can jump. So it's going to do this stuff right here, which this is fine for me because they're coming down this. And even if they want to try to go back up it, we'll get into this later. This is a wall jump. Then they'll hit that wall jump and come back up. You can do this more complicated ways by putting stuff within the zombie, but we're not going to get into that. This is just a simple wall jump, but doesn't matter even if they wanted to come back up here anyway. Zombies are coming this way, especially in later levels, which this area isn't accessed until later levels. So it just depends. Certain areas you'll have to modify, like this one. Everywhere else you don't want them to go, you're going to have to put nav mesh modify volumes because they think they can walk over this or they can't. So you have to modify every single point, which is what all these boxes are. You don't want them to try to walk, and it's going to take some trial and error to see where they can and can't go. You're just going to have to play it a bunch. And as far as the nav links go themselves, I think I just added this one, so I'm not super worried if I move it. Bring in a nav link from here. Bring in a Nav Link Proxy. Just drop it in, and which is, as a matter of fact, that's weird. There's not. Oh yeah, Nav Link Proxy. Drag that into your level. Once you have it in your level, go ahead and make it a blueprint right here. Once you have the blueprint, it's just easier because you can drag it out and they're all the same. That way you're not having to drag a Nav Link Proxy out and then redo all the settings in it, make sure it's all set. You get one set, you can just bing, 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 drop them all over the place. And the blueprint, I don't think I have anything super important. I'll get into this very last, this Nav Link received. This is not necessary for what we're doing, but yeah, I think I just have the settings and everything in here for the Nav Link. Yeah, it's just the settings. That way you can just do it quick. So on your Nav Link proxies, make sure your left project height, I'm doing left to right only. I'm not doing both ways. So I would recommend doing drop downs, not going up. For going up, you'll have to use wall jumps on both sides. It'd probably be recommended. But yeah, left to right project height 1, right project height 1000, snap radius, leave it alone 30. Turn your snap height on 50. Supported agents, what you created at the beginning, zombie. And nothing else here was changed. Smart link. Yeah, you want smart link on, zombie. And then link enabled, the smart link is relevant. Once you have that done, kind of bring it over here, position it wherever you want. I like to have this guy here. Bring it up. And you'll take these guys and put them just on the very tippy tip edge of the nav mesh, like that. You could probably get away with a little bit more. You could probably do it like right there, just on the tip. And that's where these little triangles are super helpful with getting the Nav Link proxies to work, because it gives you that little bit of edge to have them jump off. Once you have that one good, sometimes you will have to fiddle with these a couple times. It's probably going to not work the first time you try it. I would just recommend doing one at a time. I kind of like to get this guy and move it around a little bit. Get it like right on the ground. Make sure this one's kind of at like a decent height here, like right on the edge of the building. And then you'll hit this button, copy endpoints from simple link to smart link. Once you hit that, hit this. Don't move your point again because you got it set. And just give it a little up tug and it will merge them. Once that is done, I think that's pretty much it. I have on the other nav links, let's see, I have broadcast radius 5 and broadcast interval 1. So we'll do that. Broadcast 5 on an interval of 1. Pawn. I don't think I changed anything else here. Everything else should be, make sure these are set to left to right and make sure your left point is on top. Yep, that should be good. Once that's set, this is where your step height comes in. You don't have to nav link this. They'll just walk down this. You can kind of cheese different little areas. You could put little boxes and have them kind of like doop, 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 walk down. But for higher stuff, just have them nav link it. And then for other areas that are a little bit further back, because the thing here is you're tricking it. It's gonna go to the nav link. It's gonna go to it no matter what. But here, if it tries to get stuck, it's already falling off. And then once it hits the ground, it's just chasing you again. So it can't backtrack and it can't get stuck because it's just hitting the edge of the collision and then just falling off. Certain places, like I was saying, here, where that doesn't necessarily work perfectly, I could probably done it here, because some of these triangles stick a little bit further, but this spot worked pretty good for me, is I made thanks to Matty H for the tutorial, a wall jump, and the way you make that is just do, of course, HGT. Make a blueprint here. It's just a standard actor blueprint class. Yeah, standard actor blueprint class. And do a cube just a real simple cube. I believe this cube has no collision as well. Overlap all. Yeah, set that to overlap all. And then in the event graph, do an on component begin overlap, sequence, then 1, cast to zombie. This is where you go to your base zombie. Come down here, make a custom event. And call it whatever you'd like. Delete that later. And then when you go back, after you compile and save this, you come back to your, of course I lost it, yeah, your zombie jump, call it, this is why I shouldn't be using stupid names. Precisely why I shouldn't use stupid names. Zombie jump, doesn't matter. Go back here, delete this, just so you can see it's there. Oh, that's because I'm an idiot. It's because you have to cast. So, it can't get it because it's not part of the blueprint. Get your zombie jump, go back to your base zombie, do once. I have it play a little jump animation montage delay for 0.1 seconds. Launch the character, Z upwards, 400. You can do however you want, 200. I found 400 to work the best. And then delay 0.1 seconds. Go back. If he hits it again, it'll launch him again. For some reason, if like rarely, like a 0.1% chance, they'll get stuck and it'll launch them again. And it'll launch them in the direction that they're traveling because you're not hindering the acceleration of the zombie. Next thing I did to guarantee that this works, so I placed that just past the Nav Link. I just put it on the very edge of the building, so as they start to take the Nav Link, if I jump off this, no matter what, they're always going to go for the Nav Link. Even if they get stuck, they can't get stuck because as they have that acceleration, they're going to hit that wall jump and it's just going to plant them down here. You can angle kind of the Nav Link. If you put it over here, you can kind of angle how they're running at it, where you jump off and kind of make them jump a certain direction. That's what I did here. I have another wall jump, so if I'm being a cheeky bastard and trying to hide up here, these guys, everybody over here is going to come down this, and if anybody's over here, they're going to hit this wall jump and come up here. Or I should probably put another wall jump here. I haven't tested this yet, but they'll hit another wall jump and then jump up and whatever, swing at you. This is a work in progress, but that's how you do the nav links, and I'll show you, show them working for you. Other than that, I'm not 100% sure if I did anything else. Oh yeah, I did. In order to guarantee that this works, I fiddled around with the capsule size here. It did not change the hitbox. I changed the capsule radius to 20. I had the capsule sticking on some of the collision. I was watching it and the capsule was hitting and they weren't falling down. This just makes it a little bit skinnier, so as they hit that, it just doesn't have as much sticking out for them to not fall off. Did I miss literally anything? I don't think so. Yeah, once you do that, go through and fix all your nav mesh everywhere you don't want them to try to climb. Like they were trying to climb this, so nav mesh volume modifier. Go through and just, it sucks on complex levels like this because you're gonna have to do a lot of work. It's super tedious, but at the end of the day, it works pretty freaking well. I just made this one over here, and they're getting stuck on this one. So again, pick it up, move it, bring it back, try another one of these little corner pieces just on the very edge of it, and then run it again and see if they do get stuck or not. If they keep getting stuck and you really want them to come down on that spot, like this is probably a good spot. Oh, that's where it's at. Oh, they're getting stuck on it, but I could oh, this one's better. Yeah, do it on this, like something way hanging out. If they keep getting stuck, wall jump them, and then just kind of, you're going to have to play it and be like, okay, if this person's up here, do they always have a way to get back up? Or new zombies spawning in? There's nothing up here, so there's no reason for you to hang out. And even if you're trying to be cheeky up here, zombies, you can still make them with the wall jumps come up to you if you angle the wall jumps the way you want. I haven't had an issue with this right here. They always seem to disregard. Oh yeah, because right here it's not connected. It disconnected this, so they don't think they can get back up here. So if you're up here, they're not going for these nav links. They're going all the way back around and coming around to you. I've had zero issues with that. Let me show you how it works here. So I have to fix all these, but you'll see like these wall jumps, they were getting stuck here. They should, well, of course. Yeah, see they come down. Nav link in there. Oh, they took that nav link. Perfect first try. It's the one I just made. And then see these guys, they'll jump. So. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, and you'll see it like I have a bunch. I'll show you these. I have a bunch over here, so all of these are working really well. This is the only one I'm having an issue with. But yeah, they of course it's a fucking boss. They come down the nav link's perfect. Oh, one last thing. The biggest issue here is you have to go to your base zombie and under the event graph you need to, the biggest issue is because the zombies are running on tick. It's under chase player. Right here. That has to be at least 0.1. You could do 0.2, 0.3. I recommend 0.1 because it's more seamless. But the problem here, and the reason that the nav link isn't working, and I don't know how to fix it yet, is because the zombies are always ticking. If you run a print string at the end of update chase player or whatever, it's just constantly going. So for some reason, I guess that's causing them to constantly try to find a new path because it's constantly updating chase player. So change this to 0.1. I was trying to use the in the nav link here to set is nav link, which I made a variable in the zombie called is nav linking. So if he's nav linking, right, then set a delay here of 1.2. So as long as he's nav linking, it will not update chase player. That doesn't work. I don't know why. So yeah, I had it here, but I had it on simple move 2, tried to I don't know. If you can come up with a blueprint that works, this is the fix, because that if you set this to 2 seconds, it'll work great. Problem is, they won't update chasing you for 2 full seconds, so that's not going to work. But make this 0.1, and this process will work. If you've got a solution to make this work, then that would be even better, because then it will not. They'll go straight for the nav link. They'll do the nav link, and then 1.2 seconds later, they'll start chasing you again. So that's pretty much everything. Don't worry about all this. This is just trial and error. None of this really works. I just have it all ignored to go to simple move to location, and just set this to 0.1. I don't even think it's doing. Yeah, this is disconnected. This 1.5 second delay, but it wasn't doing the 1.5 second delay. It was ignoring this completely because it for some reason wasn't grabbing that they were in the process of nav linking. But yeah, that's it for the tutorial. Hopefully this works for you. You fiddle around with them, move them up, down, left, right, and then it should be perfect and work good. That's it. See you later.